HexClad pans have a hybrid surface that sears like stainless steel, releases food like non-stick, and is tough enough to handle metal utensils. But it has one major downside: it's incredibly expensive. So if you want the versatility of HexClad but don't want to pay the high prices, these are the best alternatives. Henckels is known for its kitchen knives, but recently launched the Hexagon Cookware collection. Like HexClad, these pans have a hexagon pattern on the interior with raised stainless steel peaks that protect the non-stick coating below. They also have the same 3-ply stainless steel construction, but Henckels pans are only 2.4 millimeters thick, while HexClad's are 3 millimeters. I tested both pans side by side, and both seared chicken and burgers nice and evenly, but since the Henckels pan is thinner, it cooked eggs and pancakes much faster. Similar to HexClad, Henckels hexagon pans have rounded handles, but they're longer, angled higher, and have a small groove on top. Another difference is that HexClad extends its hybrid pattern to the bottom, while Henckels pans have a smooth stainless steel bottom. The non-stick coating makes HexClad easier to clean, but there is a risk that the raised steel pattern will scratch your cooktop. This hasn't happened to me, but it did happen to a PrudentReviews.com reader. The biggest difference between HexClad and Henckels is the price. Henckels pans cost less than half the price of HexClad. For example, the 12-inch HexClad frying pan is currently listed on HexClad.com for $179. The Henckels 3-piece set, which includes an 8, 10, and 12-inch frying pan, is listed at only $87 on Costco.com. Cookware is another brand that looks almost exactly like HexClad, but is less expensive and has a few key features. If you look closely, you'll see that Cookware pans have more exposed steel than HexClad. This is great for keeping oil in the center of the pan and protecting the non-stick coating, but it requires you to grease the surface with more fat to prevent eggs from sticking. The handle design is another key difference between Cookware and HexClad. Cookware handles are angled higher, have a wider circumference, and they're attached by screws rather than rivets. Because of this, the cooking surface is completely smooth and easier to clean. Cookware's 12-inch frying pan has a helper handle that makes it easier to pick up with 2 hands. HexClad's frying pans don't have a helper handle. And just like Henckels hexagon, Cookware pans have a smooth steel bottom. The best part about Cookware is that it's between 20 and 30% less expensive than HexClad, depending on the piece. The main downside of Cookware is its limited selection. They only offer a few frying pans, saucepans, stock pots, and sets. HexClad has a much wider range, including specialty items like roasting pans and griddles. Analon X is another hybrid cookware collection with steel integrated into the nonstick surface. Similar to HexClad, Analon X pans are good for searing, and you don't have to worry about sticking as long as the surface is greased. The steel mesh also does a great job keeping oil in the center of the pan. And just like HexClad, Analon X pans are metal utensil safe, oven safe up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and dishwasher safe. One of the most significant differences between Analon X and HexClad is their construction. Analon X pans are slightly thinner and aluminum. Since aluminum isn't magnetic, these pans have a steel plate bonded to the bottom to make them compatible with induction cooktops. Analon X heats up faster due to its thinner construction and aluminum base, but it doesn't retain heat as well as the thicker, fully clad stainless steel HexClad pans. Another key difference is their handles. HexClad handles are round and comfortable, but if your hand is greasy or wet, or you're holding a towel or wearing an oven mitt, there's a chance the handle will rotate. Analon X handles are flat on the top and bottom with a slight curve to rest your thumb. This design provides a more secure grip and prevents the pan from rotating in your hand. Another feature I like about Analon X handles is the flush rivets. Unlike HexClad, which has standard rivets that stick out, Analon X rivets are flat and easier to clean. Although Analon X pans are not cheap, they're less expensive than HexClad. The Analon X 12-inch pan costs $129 on Analon.com. The same size HexClad pan is currently $179 on HexClad.com. Cast iron pans look nothing like HexClad and are made from totally different materials, but they provide similar, or in some cases better, results in the kitchen. And trusted brands like Lodge cost less than half the price of HexClad. The key benefits of HexClad are that it sears well, food doesn't stick, you can use metal utensils, and it lasts longer than traditional nonstick pans. But a well-seasoned cast iron skillet checks all of those boxes too. In fact, it can last for generations, and in most cases, it sears better than HexClad HexClad because it's thicker and has superior heat retention. The main advantage of HexClad over cast iron is that it's lighter and you can simmer acidic sauces for hours. With cast iron, large amounts of acidic ingredients cooking for long periods can degrade the seasoning. If the weight of a cast iron skillet is a concern, carbon steel is a lighter option with almost the same benefits. The point is, you don't need to buy a HexClad look-alike to get the benefits of HexClad. Cast iron and carbon steel brands like Lodge and Matfer provide similar performance at a much lower price. While HexClad combines stainless steel and non-stick properties into one pan, another practical and cost-effective alternative is to purchase two separate pans, a stainless steel pan and a non-stick pan. With this approach, you get better non-stick performance from a dedicated non-stick pan, and a traditional stainless steel pan is more durable and longer lasting because it doesn't have a coating that will wear out over time. You might think buying two pans defeats the purpose because you'll spend more money, but that's not true. One of my favorite non-stick pans is the Tramontana Professional 12-inch fry pan, which costs only $40 on Tramontana's website. If you pair this with a stainless steel pan like the Heritage Steel Eater Series, Mizzen, or Goldilocks, you save money and get two quality pans. If you're ready to buy, I'll link to these alternatives in the video description. Those are affiliate links, so I'll earn a commission if you click and buy, but at no extra cost to you. If you want to learn more about HexClad, check out this video where I break down the pros and cons in much more detail. And for more videos like this, click the logo to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.